Ho, ho, ho! Coming to you live in a world where grandfathers and grandsons fight off galactic governments, aliens, and themselves. Here comes a tale told from the far reaches of your mind. Coming this fall on Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast.
Oh, so scoopy.
It's October.
It's October. It's October, everybody, and we are hyped for November. Hello, I'm Travis.
Hey, I am Brandon. Welcome to the show Interdimensional RSS.
Yeah, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. The podcast that's popping off because big things are happening.
Poppin'. The Poppin' Loch Ness monster, he's saying hello. That's how well we're doing.
He is popping and locking. Well, welcome everyone who is watching or listening at home. Yes, we are a week early on this podcast, but all will become clear. If for some reason you don't know why we're a week early, oh boy, are you in for a treat?
You're in for a shock almost.
It's also a clear indication that you are not following us on social media over at twitter.com/RickandMortyPod or over on Facebook.com/RickandMortyPodcast. And of course, on Instagram, what is our Instagram? Rick and Morty Podcast?
Rick and Morty Pod?
It's not in our show notes. That's so weird.
That is
How
weird.
is that not in our show notes? Yeah, you can follow this show at RickandMortyPod.com. Also on our subreddit, RickandMortyPodcast.reddit.com. Where else can they find us? They can send us an email, rickandmortypodcast@gmail.com, or you can watch live like these folks are doing right now, watching live at YouTube/crazy hyperlink until you guys get us to 100 subscribers, or over at twitch.tv/apathetic enthusiasm. And yes, it is a magical day. Brandon, I want you to know that when I wake up in the morning, I roll over to my nightstand and my phone charger holds my phone upright. And then now I just have to look at my phone, and then the notifications come forward. And
all you have to do is look at it? It just automatically...
Yeah, Face ID and Big Brother tracking and all this stuff, right?
That's great.
So I have the singular notification from you that just says, they dropped the trailer.
Oh.
And that was the first thing I saw when I woke up. And since that moment, I have been consumed with Rick and Morty season 4 hype. It is full scale. I'm stoked. When did you, or should we just get into it?
Yeah. I mean, this is all part of the discussion.
This is the whole show. So we have somewhat semi-pertinent news.
Somewhat semi-pertinent news. It's semi-pertinent news. It's semi-pertinent news. Coming to you from live.
I would love it if one day you just did that for 40 minutes and you just held the whole podcast hostage as you're passing out and turning blue in the face.
I'd be interested in going to the Apple Podcast and the stats tracker on that episode specifically to see what the average listen rate is.
Yeah, I'm sure it's huge.
When people drop off.
Gotta be huge. Well, yeah, semi-pertinent news, extremely pertinent news, ladies and gentlemen, all of you that make up Unity, the fine folks that you are. We got ourselves a trailer. It's out now. You can see it just about anywhere.
Just about anywhere.
Brandon, how did you stumble? I mean, I basically explained at the top of the show how I discovered the trailer was out. It's because you told me. But how did you come across the trailer?
Oh, man. It feels so long ago. It really does. I woke up this morning at around 5:30.
Ooh, weird flex.
And well, that's the point of it is I woke up at 5:30, and usually when I wake up that early, I open my eyes, look at my phone, say "Shut up, How Long" by Ace. I want to go back to sleep.
Is that your alarm clock song?
Yeah, it's such a good song.
I have what is it? Surf Wax America or whatever. What is that Weezer song?
Yeah, Surf Wax. That's it.
Yeah, that's one of my alarms.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
Weird flex. Just kidding.
See, it's foaming like a bottle of beer.
I
I know that line
something, and I ain't got no fear.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, but I woke up to it was just like on the notification screen is like Rick and Morty season 4 trailer released, and huh?
I'm
Oh,
up. I'm up,
I'm
guys.
up. I'm up. Got to start the social media.
It's like, what is it? Is it that Squidward meme where like the eyes are closed and suddenly they're like
I had
super
to
open?
start the social media gambit. That's basically what I was like. Here it is. This is my second job. Time to go. I
This
watched
is what we trained for, boys. Let's get going.
and watched the trailer, and then immediately went to Twitter, started liking a bunch of people's comments, went to Facebook, did a bunch of that, and I was like, yeah, here we go, This is it. This is it. Travis, wake up.
Wake up, Mr. Central Time Zone. Get your act together. Yeah, so we have a trailer. It's very exciting stuff. We knew that November was the month in question for season 4. What we didn't know was the specific date.
Yeah.
We as a podcast had assumed that November 8th or 17th would have been the weekend that the probably the premiere night because that coincides with the Adult Swim Festival. We had our feelings. I had some sources whispering in ears. The sources were wrong because November 10th.
Don't listen to sources.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not like a professional like reporter. I don't know what I'm doing, right? So November 10th, 2019, that will be the first episode of season 4, 10:30 or is it 11:30 put
Ooh,
or
oh
Eastern
no.
time.
It's sometime
It's
that.
out there.
Yeah.
I wrote it down somewhere.
No, it's I'm super excited. Here, we're getting into all the details here a little bit. Oh yeah,
11:30 p.m. Eastern.
there it is. I will be awake as I am usually awake on Sunday nights at that time. Um, but yeah, well, we're gonna get into the trailer proper, looking at the actual scenes and everything here in a minute. But one of the main things that came out
We're
of
not
it,
on the main thing yet.
or not the main thing. This is the one of the main things that's how we distinguished it. Is it's only they're only showing us 5 episodes so far, and if you go out on the Twitterverse or social media, uh,
Ooh-wee.
or go to my place of work, you might hear people come up to you and say, "Hey, Brandon, what's this bullshit? They've been gone for 2 years, and we're only getting 5 episodes. What the hell have they been doing for 2 years?" Uh,
That almost echoes the majority of the dissenting remarks that I saw on Twitter today about people just really frustrated by only 5 episodes.
right. And the thing about it, they even say in the trailer, half the season you deserve, all the season we could handle, and I think there's some truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that. Uh, that they it took them a long time to actually get the contract, which means it took them a long time to start writing, which means that Dan Harmon had less time to do his Dan Harmon uh, magic on the scripts, along with the other writers, right? And that slows things down. It slows things down, and so the 70 episodes wasn't even like official until what, like March or April of this last year.
Right, yeah, and so that thought that, oh, you've been off for 2 years and you've only got 5 episodes to show for it. I don't count any of the time prior to that 70 episode announcement as like
Production
qualifying time. There's, I mean, that is the start of the very beginning of production on season 4. So, yeah, I can't blame them for that time. Lawyers and those discussions have to happen, and they got us 70 episodes, and these are just the first 5 of those 70.
These are 5 episodes to wet your whistle. And I pulled my mouth away from the microphone so I wouldn't have the
Wet my whistle.
right. But like, it's kind of how I said this to you this morning about, I compared it to the April Fool's episode,
in the sense that they're like, hey, here you go, here's something to tide you over while we get more of these knocked out. And so in a certain sense, I think this is a uh, appeasing the crowd, or the mob, to be like, hey, see, look, we got something for you. You're not waiting till 2020 for a full season. Here's 5 episodes, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think that, I mean, it's a nice little primer. It's a nice little like late November, early December Rick and Morty fun, and then we get through the dead of winter, and
Mm.
then maybe by spring we see more episodes possibly. Like we know that they've already been tweeting out like scripts, and that people have been like starting to do like voiceover work for season 5 episodes. So like I'm hopeful that season 5 will not be that far behind these 5 episodes. I'm curious if these 5 episodes will encapsulate all of season 4. Like do you think this will be a season 4A and then there's maybe like another half to it, or do you think like I'm going to have to buy a Blu-ray of 5 episodes?
uh, you know, that's a good question. I think this is just half of season 4, uh, but I do recall speaking to someone and them saying that they were considering these first batch of episodes season 3B, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or, and and again, there might be some truth to that as well. That they're like, this is 3B. This is just to tide you over till season 4 actually arrives. Uh, so I don't know. I think all the clips we've seen, I think they are the episodes we're gonna see. I don't think maybe they're not that far along that they can show anything past 5 at this point in time,
Yeah.
or maybe there is some uh, hidden Easter eggs foreshadowing for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is really interesting like all of the stuff that we saw in the trailer, considering it's only 5 episodes, but we have another segment for that. We have another segment for that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do want to say one last thing about the production. Lauren, who works on the show at APTKR underscore, she started by saying, I've made a huge mistake and have read the comments on the R&M trailer release date posts. And then she responds to herself, but for real, be excited about this. They're great episodes, and this is a really hard show to make. And we're dealing with a really big loss right now.
Yeah, yeah. The
Going back to Mike Mendel. So, they're trying and they're pushing out stuff. They are as much of fans as we are, and they just happen to work on it. So
yeah,
they're trying.
yeah.
They don't want to let us down.
Yeah, nobody's accusing them of trying to let us down. All right. Well, it wouldn't be a semi-pertinent news without one additional tidbit, and so we will leave no stone unturned.
In this, it's time for the Dan Harmon Social Media Minute.
What if I just went 40 minutes doing that? Dan Harmon, social media minute. I don't do this music. All right, Dan Harmon social media. If you have not been following Dan Harmon on Instagram, what have you been doing? Waiting for season 4 or something? Dan Harmon has purchased a new home. He is moving into said home, and he is wired for sound and video and just about anything else he could want. He has several posts recently of him creating cables. He has a great
like Ethernet or coax.
he has it's just a huge spool of cables. And he says the universe can be cold, but then sometimes you come home to a 1,000-foot spool of RG59 coaxial cable. Hashtag there will be crimpin'. And then he's got like videos of all these crimping tools,
Oh man.
and and then like additional videos of like super high priced HDMI cables, and
Look,
how there are so many choices between extra long HDMI cables. All of this to say, Dan Harmon be making some cables, yo,
yeah.
and
You,
he is excited about wiring that house up.
at my job right now, I'm not really overseeing a project, but I'm kind of looking. Every once in a while, I go over and ask for an update. And right now, for like the last 2 weeks, they've been making cable. Been making ether. They've been making some jumpers. They've been some fiber. Been cutting some fiber optics. And I have such a respect for people who do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Norman. I don't even care about Rick and Morty. The fact that you know how to
In fact,
make
let's talk about making cable in the main thing instead of Rick and Morty.
All right.
Maybe we'll save that for apathetic enthusiasm.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. So I guess that's it. I guess that's it for tonight.
I guess it's time for what everybody's waiting for. It's time for the main thing.
Yeah, but it's the main thing for you and you too. Come on down, and I'll tell you about the sound of the main thing.
Oh.
Brought to you by Spamco.
Spamco.
Spamco. Um, there will be no further commercial interruptions.
Yeah, we don't have sponsors yet.
God damn. Yeah,
Give us a
yeah.
call. Ladies and gentlemen,
Clam
season 4 trailer is out. We have been watching it. You have been watching it.
Yeah.
And it's chock full of goodies. There are a lot of things we could talk about in here. First, where do you want to start, Brandon? What shall we talk about in this 2 minutes of content that we're gonna milk into?
Oh my. For like it's been 17 minutes for us to get here. I mean basically this episode is essentially talking about the trailer. We just we had to get some semi-prints in there. Oh, you know what? Some Pop Funkos. They're out there.
They're out there.
Yeah. But it actually fits into one of the discussions. So we see a lot of possible plots in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And the one that so there's a couple I want to talk about. One of them, there's a scene in the trailer when they're like, we got a possible Acura situation here, and there's a Morty kind of throwing a ball that transforms a dude into something else.
Yeah.
And that Morty has a little diamond or a crystal in his head, and one of the new pops is a Death's head or Death Crystal Morty. So that seems to indicate to me that if you look out there at the new pops that are coming out, you're gonna get a little bit more hints on season 4.
Oh yeah, we shared some of those pops over on our Instagram. There's stuff in those pops that we didn't see at all in the trailer. Some shrimp and wasp Rick.
Or Kirkland Meeseeks.
Kirkland Meeseeks, I'm very curious about because he's a different color.
Yeah,
and I
don't
know.
Yeah,
but we definitely did see Meeseeks in the trailer. So yeah, lots of interesting things that could be coming up. A bunch of confirmed returning characters. We talking about the Meeseeks. Who else did we see in there? Revolio Clockberg Jr. Mr. Gearhead himself, confirmed to return, but for how long?
For how long?
We can't be sure based on the trailer.
Yeah, because if you watch the trailer, and I know you have, you see Morty shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Who knows if bullets kill factory people?
Yeah, bullets may not have the same effect that a bunch of small sticks would for a gear person. We also get to see Mr. Poopy Butthole not in his, post-credits sort of behavior, unless they are just giving us trailers for post-credit scenes at this point. They're just using whatever content they have. But definitely we see Mr. Poopy Butthole in some sort of teaching position.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And an adjunct professor, maybe. You know,
Who
who
knows?
knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
A few characters that we have also confirmed coming back: Beth and Summer.
Yes, they were both in the trailer.
Yeah, yeah, and Rick and Morty. Also, Jerry is there. So
Jerry. Yeah. So all of the Smith
confirmed.
family confirmed back in the show.
And I think that's surprising, right? Because why would they all be back?
I don't
This
know.
shows Rick
'Cause
and
those are the
Morty,
main
not
characters.
Smith family. You know?
But
God.
isn't it though? Isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
Anybody else? Anybody else that we missed?
I went back. Gluty, I guess, if you count him from.
Not really a returning character. Returning from Comic-Con when we saw him earlier.
Yeah. I tried to pause and look in the background of some of that stuff, and there might be some background alien returning characters.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't necessarily think there are. But what other possible plots do we have? Right,
So yeah, we looked at a lot of these scenes over and over again, and one of the things that seems super interesting to me is sort of this magical fantasy quest type plot point that might exist somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I think the line that Rick uses is he's talking to Summer or something, saying, "Yeah, I might actually like this fantasy magical stuff." And I don't know if it's because we are been playing a ton of D&D or because we recently read the D&D crossover stuff, but I would love if the D&D crossover found its way into the show and
Yeah.
they did some sort of D&D type element in an episode.
Yeah, completely agreed. I don't know if this is an ideal for me, but it would be cool. I don't expect to see this, but it would be cool if that D&D comic, Rick and Morty versus D&D, somehow written by Troy Little and oh crap, I forget the other names. Sorry guys. Happened to be somehow part of that same part of that episode that we might see eventually. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah,
Jim,
it'd be the full scale crossover, crossing all of the lines and making it into the show. I think that'd be awesome.
yeah. I don't know if this is what they meant by doing this, but I the Summer that is in that piece where he's talking about magic's not that bad or whatever. She's got a bow and arrow. She kind of looks like an elf.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first alien that he shoots has an axe, and then that alien turns into a football, which he then kicks away. And I don't know if I'm projecting, and it very well could be, but that is like the shirt that I have with a wizard holding a staff and a football in the other hand, and it says fantasy football.
Yeah,
So
it's got to be a fantasy football reference.
but
It's got to.
it's got to be.
But
But the second alien he shoots turns into a flower pot. So what does that mean?
obviously they're fantasy flowers. Obviously.
I washed the dishes before we started tonight, and I just racking my brain for all the references I know. And the only thing I could think of, and I know for a fact that it's not this, was Harry Potter.
if the vase had some a wig on it, I'd have given it to you, but I don't think so.
If there's an astute viewer out there who is also astute in pop culture references, let me know. Let us know if there's something you gleaned from that we did it.
Yeah, some other possible plots. One of them, pretty early in the trailer, I think that there may be some sort of Morty's Epic Adventure episode. There is a line in the trailer where Morty is trying to climb a cliff, and he says, "I'm not rated to climb something this sheer," and and Rick says something to the effect of, "You're the one that wanted this epic adventure, Morty. It's not my fault. I only had one hover chair or whatever he
Yeah,
says."
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and some of the other like clips in here with them going into like some sort of temple and like the traps and things in it. I'm really curious if this is another like Morty adventure card, sort of Morty's adventure where he goes looking for some artifact or something, and Rick's not really into it, but Morty's really trying to make it happen.
Yeah, or if it's something Morty said like, "Oh, we should do this," and then Rick just decided, this counts. This counts as one of your adventures.
Yep. Yeah. This is one of his.
Um, let's see what's next. We the Jerry's app one. We see Morty smashing the computers and Gluty saying, "That's not how an app works."
Yeah, there's also a hint. Jerry in his jumpsuit, him and Morty fall into some sort of room full of these like red robotic guards. It's
Yeah.
just for a second, but I get the feeling that's also from that episode, and maybe that is the mothership that Gluty references in that clip that was
Oh,
premiered. So
yeah,
putting those pieces together.
um I want to mention D Squeeze 321, who's been watching us on Twitch this entire time. He mentions as far as the pot of the the flowers, it might be a pot of petunias from Hitchhiker's Guide, maybe. Good, that's a good thought.
Could be.
I haven't read Hitchhikers in forever.
Hmm.
And then he also mentions the improbability driving the ship. Did you happen to catch that part?
I did not catch that
No, neither did I,
in
and
the trailer.
therefore I can't I can't speak to it. But
Hold on, I'll just watch the trailer again because I've
okay,
been running it on a loop on our stream. So I'll just watch it while you talk.
you watch the trailer again. There's a part we had it as a separate bullet in our notes, but Morty gets a dragon. Uh, I want to first say that this might very well be tied to the D&D. We'll just call it the D&D crossover portion with the whole dragon. This last time Morty gets a dragon.
Gosh, I so hope that it's just one big D&D crossover. That just ah.
So
Let's go.
it'd be so good. And he says, "I always slay it, Queen." Good old Rick.
Good old Rick.
Which, by the way, I didn't know what that was reference to. And then went to old UrbanDictionary.com, and it says girls who do not have a wealthy background but appear as if they do. They use malicious acts to attain cash, drink expensive alcohol, and procure expensive drugs.
All right, slay it, Queen.
Thanks.
I just thought it was like a RuPaul Drag Race reference. I could be wrong.
Another one. Young and naive girls who apparently do not date broke men. They spend hours on Snapchat and Instagram showing off things they don't even own.
All right. That
That-
sounds like Rick if anybody does. All right, other plot points. There's something where it looks like Morty maybe got bit by some sort of poisonous alien something. You can see on the dashboard of Rick's spaceship a space snake, a snake that's in some sort of spacesuit with the helmet crushed in. But yeah, it's this. They kind of go back to this a couple times. Morty saying that he feels like he's gonna die, and Rick says people that are actually gonna die never say that. And then there's like Rick having to rub some sort of salve on his face. I'm not sure if the two are related, but they look like they could probably be the same episode. And then there's also a little peek later on of Morty turning into some sort of horrific beast and flying out of the garage. So this could be a lot of interesting happening all in one episode potentially.
It's man, jam packed. And then we mentioned that the Meeseeks are confirmed to return. We see the Meeseeks running rampant. One scene with them going through the town, seemingly like in a riot or a rampage, and then we see fascist Morty at the end, in the spaceship with Revolio and Rick, and that's when Morty shoots. Revolio in the head, but he's like he's almost dressed up like an SS.
Yeah,
And
I'm coining him as fascist Morty. Uh, yeah, and who knows what's he's fighting with a Meeseeks. He
yeah,
like he whatever event caused that scene. I'm very much looking forward to it. Whatever it might be.
yeah, I completely agreed. Completely agreed. When we did the back in the day when we did Blood Dome Battle League, right? For that
Blood. Dog.
that period of time, the story we told with the Meeseeks was about whatever whoever had control of the Meeseeks was using it to take control, like be a dictator basically to try to take over the world,
Yeah.
um, and with fascist Morty being maybe he got control of the Meeseeks and tried to start doing stuff, right? Um, maybe to get after evil Morty. Who knows? I mean, that's a
Oh.
stretch.
You drop an evil Morty in these random predictions that we're making.
Fake, fake fascist Morty
That's
versus evil Morty.
that's your hot take, your bold prediction of 2019 for Rick and Morty.
That is my uh, throw it up, and maybe if it lands, then I could always say, I told you, motherfucker." What? Because I wonder if to subvert viewer expectations, if they're like, let's just throw evil Morty in there real quick, right? Like let's just get him out of the way, because Revolio's back so quickly. Yeah, I don't know.
I I and this brings up a conversation that we had earlier via textual messages, that I theorized that not all of these clips are legitimate. I just posted the question, like, what do you think all of the scenes in the trailer are actually going to appear in episodes? And you questioned that I would even bring that up.
No, I wasn't questioning that you brought it up. I know you brought it up. I
Yeah, okay,
respect
fair
that
enough.
you brought it up. No, I'm not even questioning that your question. I think what I asked was, they haven't shown us any previews before that were fake. The only thing they've only shown us, even the Rick Lantis mix up, they showed us a clip of them getting ready for an Atlantis adventure.
Right, absolutely.
That's what they showed in the preview for that episode. They didn't lie to us. They showed us exactly what that scene. Um, Now the episode itself, they tricked us. They kept that hidden. I I just don't know that they have the animation throughput, the production throughput, to provide us a bunch of intentionally fake scenes. I think that, just like in a movie trailer, that they may, like, oh, that doesn't work, cut that out, or maybe we don't include that, but not to mislead us.
Right, but we are talking about like a 90-second trailer that has some clips that are maybe 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds long.
Mhm.
Some of these shots, like we talk about the shot with Gearhead and the Meeseeks and Fascist Morty, like that could be a complete throwaway. That could be not related to any episode and just something that they drew up that scene. And the reason I brought up this thought in the first place is because of the opening credits, where every time in the opening credits they have some clips that are from episodes and some clips that are not in any episodes that are only in the title sequence. They could be showing us some of those early title sequence clips that are already done in the trailer that are never going to have any impact in an episode, but are just funny little shots that never make a scene or make an episode.
Yeah, and I get that. I get that. I guess what I would say in response to that is, Yes, maybe there's one or two scenes in there that are clips for maybe the credits, right?
Teacher poopy butthole fighting off the students. Like that
Yeah,
could totally be part of an episode, or that could be a random, no context scene that just got added in because it's awesome.
yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like I can concede that maybe, but there's enough thematic continuity in the trailer to indicate that there are at least two or three episodes in there. Two, uh, four. I'll say
Yeah,
four episodes
yeah,
at least, right? And maybe hiding some of the fifth. And they have not the reason I am um not suspicious. What am I? Leery? I don't know. The reason I don't necessarily think that any of these are fake is because they haven't done it before in that way, and because they haven't done that before in that way for a trailer leading into a new season, that I don't feel like they are starting now.
yeah.
There's no evidence, and therefore, if they hadn't done it before, why would they
No,
do it now?
no body, no death.
That's right.
So, so I will keep this trailer bookmarked, and I will cross reference every scene in season 4, season 3B, whatever you want to call it, against this trailer to verify that all clips appear in episodes.
And going into season 4, when season 4 actually starts, remember this conversation if you're a listener of this podcast, and anytime a scene happens that was in the trailer, you send us a tweet, you send us an Instagram message, you just send us something on Facebook, or just and say, yeah, Brandon was right. And if you see it in the trailer and you never see it ever, or sorry, the opening credits and never see it again, make sure to say, Brandon, you were dead wrong, dead friggin' wrong. And you know what? I should be on this podcast instead of you because I'm a bigger fan.
Yeah, but also Brandon edits most of our podcasts, so
I will edit it out.
oh,
I will
okay.
I will retroactively edit it out and say, "No,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you, Travis."
Yeah, yeah, it'll be great. It'll be
And
great.
and I'll put in, "Yeah, like this one scene totally it was just a red herring."
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
Well,
I'll find clips of you saying, "No, I think you're wrong, Brandon."
yeah, you're gonna cut all my voice together. Uh, Brandon, there's so many scenes. Whether or not they're legitimate is to be determined in the future. But I want to know: did you have a favorite moment from the trailer? Was there something that you saw that you were like, yes, this is amazing. This is the best part of the trailer.
Ooh, there are so many good scenes in that. I already mentioned the Meeseeks rampaging through the city. That was exciting. The the Doctor Strange Doctor Strange ripoff go.
Mm-hmm.
That little bit that killed
Little
me.
bits.
Because when I watched the trailer the first time this morning, I couldn't hear what he said. I just saw his lab coat go wrap around that guy, and I thought, oh look, Doctor Strange ripoff. When I rewatched it, I was,
It's
oh
right,
okay.
right on the nose.
What about you? What moments pop out at you?
I think the Mr. Poopy Butthole fight scene that like immediately I was like, oh hey, that's cool. Look at that little poopy superstar. I am very confused by the head that's like melting in
Oh
some
yeah,
sort of chamber.
it sounds
Uh,
weird.
could I couldn't really even tell whose head that was. I don't know if that's a character that
It
we
looked-
know or not.
It almost looked Jerry-ish.
It looked Jerry-ish. You're right. But if I had to pick one scene, probably the fantasy stuff, the magic stuff, because of the hope
You're
for
excited.
some sort of magic crossover. I think that'll be fantastic. So yeah, so that is our recap of the trailer, and you all Unity had a lot to say about the trailer as well. We have been discussing on social media all day. So it's time for our final segment.
Segue segment.
Listener suggestions and short outs, where we talk about what you talk about. And you had a lot to say on Twitter. We asked you guys what your favorite moments were from the trailer, and you let us know. Goron93 at Goron93. Yeah. Said every part was my favorite. That's a cop out. You can't.
Boo.
But that's okay. You said every part was your favorite, but don't let it sit for 12, or I'll have to hunt you down or I'll have to hunt down what you become is pretty good. That's Adam Brown on Twitter. Also, Chase Botwin. First off, I always slay it, Queen. And we had a retweet from Mr. Scary Terry Folds, who also found that to be their favorite moment from the trailer.
That's right. Well, what do you have on? I know we had a bunch on Instagram, Travis.
Yeah. I was flexing our story muscles and asking folks in our Instagram stories what their favorite moments were as well. Pierce Ashley, the poopy butthole kicking ass LOL was their response. TK _ Rick Sanchez, the rip off Doctor Strange moment. And
That's right.
Guitar Lord 212 loves that the Meeseeks are back.
Yeah. The TK Rick Sanchez, that's the Stormtrooper cosplay Rick, who that's all he or she. I called him man.
They.
Called that person man. But just they go to conventions and they tear up that Stormtrooper Rick stuff.
Also, a special shout out to Mr. John Derek West, who included us in his tweet of the day. And helped us show up a couple extra times on the trending charts. So big shout out to you. And sorry that you're driving while we do this live podcast. But thanks again for reaching out.
D Squeeze mentions the Beth and Summer fight.
Yeah, D Squeeze hanging out with us this entire episode, as always. And also big ups for hosting us on your channel on Twitch. Thank you so much for doing that. And this is it. This is our trailer episode. We did it.
We did it. We did
you
it.
guys.
That's long.
There is 1 month and 3 days.
Yeah.
1 month and 3 days until we are watching brand new Rick and Morty.
Boom.
I'm stoked. I'm super excited.
You know what? The same as you.
We are the same.
Super stoked.
You and I.
Super Stokers. Remember those things? Oh, man.
Super Stokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to pump them up, and then they get you super stoked.
Yeah. I wasn't rich enough to have those. So my parents just took me to Safeway and got me like the crappy ones where like you dip in the water with like the little plastic cap.
Yeah,
and,
like...
and you have like 3 sprays before you're done.
Aw. Sorry, Brandon.
It's okay.
Maybe you can buy your own Super Soakers now.
Don't want it now. I hate water.
Well, those are our thoughts and some of your thoughts about the season 4 trailer. Let us know what you guys think, whether you're on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you can leave a review, let us know what you think about the trailer, what you're excited about for season 4. Have they actually used the season 4 title with these episodes?
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
I think
I'm wondering if they're just, masking that information. Anyway, if you're following us on social media, let us know your thoughts. Head over to Instagram, share it on your stories.
Doesn't say season.
Oh, huh?
It doesn't say season 4.
Yeah, it doesn't say it. Doesn't say it, guys. Head over to Twitter, head over to Instagram. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like, and make sure that you're following us on Twitch and or YouTube so that you can catch our episodes live. You can see which one of us is the bald one, and you can participate in the show and let us know your thoughts live, as well as hang out for those super cool post-show hangouts that we do with whoever's following along with the live show. Make sure you're signed up for those, because when we do post-show reviews, I got a feeling it's gonna get out of control. So I'm excited for those. Brandon, anything else before we sign off?
No, I want to reemphasize my excitement, your excitement, our collective excitement for new episodes of Rick and Morty. It's going to be great. We're looking forward to watching the season, the half season, whatever it is, however many episodes we get with you, talking with you, laughing with you, and
Crying. We might cry
crying.
together.
Yeah, and maybe applying our far-fetched theories
Yeah.
with each other. But it's gonna be great. Looking forward to it. So excited. Make sure you tell a friend and say, "Hey, you want to listen to some idiots talk about Rick and Morty?" Uh,
Have I got the idiots for you? All right, everybody. That is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, I'm Travis.
and I am Brandon.
See ya.
Toodaloo.
All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out for the post show. Who's here? D Squeeze, you're here. I don't know who else is missing out on all the fun.
Oh man, it's a Monday.
Somebody's lurking. Somebody's not chatting. I see you,
Uh,
and it's okay.
It might have been. I don't know. I don't even know.
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Hopefully, D Squeeze, you're super excited. I know you're chiming in with a bunch of good stuff. Thank you for hanging out. So here's the thing: we're gonna cut
Oh
the
yeah.
post show a little short because it's a double feature night.
Double
We're-
feature.
Double feature. We got some travel coming up, and we were planning to do an Apathetic Enthusiasm tonight until we woke up to a new trailer. So we're gonna record our Apathetic Enthusiasm as well, and then that way we got one in the can. And while Brandon is off, gallivanting for a week off, we still have an episode to release. So, R10NX, hello, welcome.
Hello, my.
So what we will do is we will actually cut the stream momentarily, and then I will do like a whole bunch of work to change the layout and make sure that the titles are all correct, and then we'll come back with an episode of Apathetic Enthusiasm for you guys. So hang out, hang tight.
And I'll make sure that I lose some weight before now.
He's gonna do sit-ups the entire
What?
time. He's gonna do hot yoga the entire episode. So just stick around for that.
Stick around for some hot yoga.
All right, come right back. We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Hey.